What's up, everybody? We're about to go live. Just focusing on your breathing. Take a big inhale through your nose. Big exhale out. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. Big inhale in. And big exhale out. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, everybody, what's going on? I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna do a 20-minute full body workout using no equipment. So you don't need any equipment for this. And we're gonna go ahead and get started in about 15 seconds. All right, so I'm going to talk you through a 20-minute workout. I have it written on the wall. We're going to start with a jump. So we're going to start with some explosive exercises first, and then we're going to lead into some strength exercises. So this is going to be a 20-minute full body workout. You are going to have to warm up before you complete this, and I'll do a little bit of a warm up before we get ready. So first thing you can do is just stand up nice and tall. Take a big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, fill your belly, fill your obliques, fill your lower back. Stand 360 degrees here. And then exhale, push it all the way out. Inhale, expand your rib cage, your stomach, your obliques, your lower back. Try not to raise your shoulders or your scapula when you are breathing. So focus on diaphragmatic breathing, controlling the diaphragm. When you inhale, it lowers. And when you inhale, hold the air, get a little tension in this area, and then exhale. Inhale again, fill this area up, build a little tension around 360 degrees, and exhale. One more, just like that. Inhale, fill up the diaphragm, fill up the belly, let the diaphragm lower. That will give more space to the lungs. Squeeze this tension in and around, lower back, oblique, stomach, and big exhale it out. Okay, so when you breathe, try not to use any of the muscles above your chest, because then you are going to start creating some sympathetic nervous response, which will inhibit and restrict blood flow and also make you acutely more prone to nervousness and stress. So it's really important to lower your stress by first focusing on your breathing. If you are stressed, especially during this time, really important to just focus more on your breathing than any of your issues. Control your breathing, control your problems. All right. So what we're going to do next is get started. I'm going to start at 0. Our first exercise is going to be a jump stick. So we're going to start with a little bit of explosive, getting into a lot of core, upper body, and I'll give you some adaptations as we go along, okay? So the first exercise we're gonna perform, okay, is just gonna be a jump all the way up. Now, you can use this workout as a warm-up, or you can advance it by going as hard as you can, okay? I'm gonna show you low to moderate, but if you have already warmed up and you're primed and you're ready to go, I want you to give it all you got. Do as many reps as you can if that's what your goal is. Now, if you want to just go through a good workout for 20 minutes, you can go through it through my pace. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with the jump stick, okay? So jump stick, I'm gonna reach all the way up, land, and then stick, and then try to land in the same spot that you took off from. Okay, so you're just doing a vertical jump up. Now, option if you're in a chair, you can do some shoulder presses here, or you can do some cross arms just like this, okay? And I'll try to give you some upper body movements that you can perform in case you don't have lower body ability right now. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started. As soon as we press play, we'll start with the jump stick. If this timer happens to be disrupted by any means, then I'll just reset it, okay? So here we go. So we're gonna start with the jump stick. So swing hands down and up, and then stick. Reach up, and then stick. Try not to let the knees move inward on the way down. Really reaching up as high as you'll go. Maybe progressing it. Okay, for about 30 seconds, and then go ahead and stop. Now relax, breathe. Your heart rate should have been elevated. Maybe your blood is pumping a little bit more than it was before. The next movement is going to be a plank reach. So all you need to do is just go to the plank position. And what we're going to do is you can take a target or an imaginary object, and you're just going to reach toward that object. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Option one, just push into the ground or give somebody a high five. Just going to reach and touch. Just pretend that there's a imaginary object out in front of us. We're reaching it, touching it. It's a dog, and you have to go ahead and pet it. Okay, and now we're going to reach and move back. Okay, and then you can progress this by doing the same thing on your forearms. Or you can regress it by bringing your knees down. And then go ahead and stop. All right, so plank reach is done. Now we're going to do the single leg reach. Okay, so you can do some jabs. You don't have lower body prerequisites for this. All we're going to do is we're going to reach forward. Okay, so if my right foot is down, I'm going to reach with my left hand and then back down. Okay, I'm going to go for about 15 seconds on each leg. So reaching down here, reaching forward, letting that leg stick straight back. I'm trying not to deviate the foot. Try to use the whole leg here. Just focus on your breathing. Just push yourself through the movement. Now the next one is an ISO lunge, just like this. We're going to go into the lunge position, and then we're going to lift the knee, back knee off the ground, and then we're going to hold that position for 15 seconds each side. If you can't do that, then I want you to take a band, pull a band, or I want you to press into somebody isometrically, so holding just like this, okay? So someone's pushing into your hands, you're pushing into each other, or you're in this ISO lunge position, breathing and holding. 15 seconds each side. Or you're pressing into a wall, just isometrically pressing at a 90-degree angle with the elbows here. And done. All right, so that's our ISO lunge. Now we're gonna hop side to side, just like that, on our right foot and then our left foot, or your dominant and then your non-dominant side, okay? So we got about 10 seconds focusing on that breathing. Inhale, try not to panic. We're gonna hop side to side. If you're not hopping, I just want you doing some jabs, okay? So hopping side to side. Find a line that you can jump over. Make sure you're not wearing heels or anything like that. and then switch. Okay, just side to side. Try to swing the arms. Don't worry about too much. Just try to hop over a line. Good, okay. So that's about 15 seconds each side there. Next one, we have a lateral bear crawl. So we're gonna get into the hands and knees position, and we're gonna move laterally on our hands and knees just like this. If you're unable to do that, I want you to go with a shoulder stretch for this part, and then activate it by pressing the elbow into the hand actively there. 15 seconds each side. If you're able to crawl, I want you to use your knees or opposite arm, contralateral hand and leg moving at the same time. So my left and right, left hand, right foot, going side to side. This is just a lateral bear crawl, going for about 30 seconds. See where we're at. Okay, we got about 3 more seconds here. And done. All right, next one is going to be a side lunge. So you got to stand up, get up, breathe, don't panic. Wide feet here, or you can step and lunge out. So you can lunge with wide feet, or you can do the step. All right. I'm going to start with the wide. Here we go. So I'm going to lean. Okay. Now, if you're unable to use your legs here, I just want you to do this with the arms, just like this, up and down this entire time. Okay. If you want to challenge yourself by doing both, you can. Getting as low as you can, side lunge, side to side, and done. Okay, straighten those legs, stand up, step it out a little bit. Now we're going to go to the plank clock. So if you're unable to get down to your hands and knees for this one, I want you to make 15 seconds of circles with your right hand, and then 15 circles of seconds, or 15 seconds on the other hand. All right, so plank clock. Pretend there's a clock in front of you. Go into the push-up position, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You do this on the knees, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 12 o'clock. And then all the way back where you started. And you can do it with the knees off the ground all the way at 6 o'clock. 6 increments, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just tracing outside edges of a clock or a circle. And down. So that would be the plank clock. All right, now we're going to do a reverse lunge kick. Okay, for people that are using their arms, I want you to do uppercuts just like this. If you're able to use your legs, you can do the reverse lunge and then kick, okay? So pick one out. You're either going to do uppercuts or a lunge kick. Here we go. Reverse lunge, kick, reverse lunge, kick, and then make sure that you're alternating. So switch sides each time. Kick it all the way out. Or you're doing your uppercuts. Lunge back and kick. 2 more. And done. Last one, side plank. We'll do 15 seconds each side. Or if you're seated, I want you to bring your arm out like this. I want someone to push into you. And you're going to use these muscles here. Or I want you to focus on just doing some back carves just like this. And upper body movements with your T-spine. Otherwise, let's go ahead and do the side plank. The left side, 15 seconds. And then we'll switch side. And also go like this for support. Breathe. and then switch. Keep breathing. Keep going. And then slowly come down. So down to the side. There we go. All done. Down to the side plank. Now we're on to some mobility. Still activating strength will be for our last 10 minutes. We're going to start in the straddle position. Just going to open up our legs just like this, or your arms. Just do axial rotations here. So feet will go in, then feet will go out. Feet will go in, feet will go out. So externally rotating the hips, internally rotating the hips. If you're not able to do that, then you can do the same thing with your shoulders, internal, and you can do both if you'd like to as well. So whether you're in a chair or seated, you can do this. Just axial rotating the ball and socket joints, okay? Shoulders and hips, okay, for about 30 seconds. But since we're doing mobility now, we can go right into the minute, okay? The next one is gonna be 90-90 kinetic stretch. We'll get to our 90-90 position, front leg, front knees at 90 degrees. And if you can't do this with your arms, do this with your shoulders here, 90-90 with the shoulders, just like that, okay? From here, we're gonna lean forward, chest is straight, the chest is high. And then from here, we're gonna just lean forward and then lean back. Hands on the ground, option one, option two, hands out, just like this. Then push away from the ground, pull yourself in, and then push yourself away. So that would be the 90-90, switch side. Remember, if you're upper body only, I just want you doing this, just like this with your elbows. Okay, otherwise, you're in 90-90. Lean forward, lean back. Lean forward, lean back, and then attempt to bring the arms up. Lean forward, lean back. Try to pull yourself in, and then push yourself away. It's okay if it doesn't look good. Just try, it's fine, or you're using your shoulders. Next one is kinetic lunge. Okay, we're gonna get into a lunge position. I'm just gonna bring that knee over the toe just like this. Okay, or you can do a wrist extension here in place of that. You don't want to bother ankle. Okay, just gonna lunge the knee over the toes here. Keep that heel down. I'm just stretching that tissue on the posterior lower limb, and also the hip extension in the back leg. Okay, but more so for this front foot. Again, using your wrist if you're unable to, or if you want a different option, just hold wrist extension here, just like this. Otherwise, kinetic stretch just like this. Okay. Okay, after the kinetic stretch, we're going to do a hip car. So let's go into the sideline position, just like this. We're going to bring the hip out, squeeze the fist, and then we're going to create a circle with the hip. Or if you're using just your upper body here, I just want you to do some shoulder controlled articular rotation. So either a hip rotation or a shoulder rotation here. Working that hip through its full range of motion in the sideline position here, okay? Or you're rotating your shoulder. Either one is fine. Go ahead and switch sides. Just rotating that hip around, keeping that knee bent, and keep that toe going up toward the shin. And then make sure that you reverse direction. These would be our hip cars, or you're performing those shoulder cars as a sub here, okay? So after that, we'll do a little bit of T-spine car, kneeling position, upper body. So everyone should be able to do this. If not, then I want you to just pull your arms out here, and then circle it around. That'll be option one. Or option two, thoracic car, flex down, rotate, bend, extend back, rotate, bend, flex down. Give yourself a hug, rotate all the way around, back, twist to the other side, and let's go the other way. Flex, rotate, extend back, rotate, laterally flex all the way around. One more, rotate, bend, and flex down, okay? So you can now transition to the butterfly to straddle, okay? So we'll bring the bottoms of the feet together for this one, and then we're gonna do an isometric movement path where our foot is gonna move up and then out to a straddle position, or you can work on your swimmers here as well as a different option. So here we go, squeeze the fist, foot off the ground, elevate it all the way up as high as it'll go, all the way down nice and slowly, and then other leg, same thing, and slowly bring it down. And then we're gonna bring it back, lift it up, all the way in, and then try to get that knee down toward the ground, and then switch side, foot to foot, trying to get that knee toward the ground, hold here. You really try to squeeze those knees toward the ground. Okay, so that would be your butterfly to straddle. Now we're gonna do a cricket eccentric squat. So we're gonna stand up, we're gonna bring those feet out just like this, and we're gonna slowly come down. So find a good area where you feel like this feels like it's a good stretch. We're gonna slowly come down. If you're using upper body here, I want you to move your elbows in a circle just like this. And if you're able to use the lower body, I want you to just bring your knees out, hold here, squeeze those fists. If you're upper body only, you can also try to stretch this out. Slowly come down, as low as you can get, and then slowly come back up. And then one more all the way down. And push all the way back up. So that would be the cricket squat, okay? Now we're gonna get into the knee, kneeling shoulder flexion axial. So upper body and lower body here, if you want to, you can kneel or just stand up nice and tall. You're gonna bring both shoulders into flexion and squeeze the fists. And then from here, we're gonna rotate the biceps forward as those triceps move back, and then go ahead and rotate those biceps behind you. Hold here, reach all the way up, and bring it down. And then from here, small circles with this side here, either side, your left or your right. Circle it the other way. And then switch sides, little circles, like you're drawing a circle into the ceiling, 3 around each way, then reach all the way up, and then relax down, all the way up, and then relax down. All right, the next one we're gonna do is scapula, elbow, and wrist. So we're gonna squeeze those fists out front. You can be standing or kneeling, or collapse kneeling like this. We're going to protract the scapula, then elevate it, and then retract. Or we're just gonna create small little circles here, but we're gonna keep our elbows straight, our arms extended, hands in front of the shoulders, and then rotate the other way. Rotating that scapula through that glenohumeral and around, above that rib cage and around, using those muscles to move that around. Make sure you rotate both ways. Okay, from here, supinate the elbows here, or palms up, and then palms down to extend. Palms up, bend, palms down, extend. Palms up, bend, palms down, extend. And then from here, we can go to the seated position. Or if you're in a chair, that's fine. Just gonna rotate those wrists nice and slowly. And then we're gonna go and hold onto our shin, move the ankle in a nice slow circle, About 2 ways each side. Switch. And then for our knee, hook underneath, rotate out, bend, and in. Foot goes out, extend in and down, in and up, out and down, in, up, out, in and down, and then switch. Out and up, in and down. Out, up, in, down, in and up, out and down, in, up, out, down. All right, good job, everybody. So that would be a low to moderate intensity workout. Good for building strength and mobility. I highly recommend it, and I'll release the video soon. If you like that, let me know. I'm going to be creating some adaptive virtual classes. If you're interested, let me know, and we're going to try to get as many people as we can signed up for this summer. And we're going to try to go through a very intense month-long adaptive physical activity virtual camp. So hoping these types of videos I can learn from. So any type of comments or feedbacks would be great. Appreciate it. Thanks. And focus on your breathing. Big inhale, big exhale. Just try not to raise your chest when you inhale.